proof that Bitcoin and the market has not topped out yet, right? A lot of people are bearish right now, and they're getting second thoughts. They think the market has topped out and we're headed towards a bear market. I get so many questions in the DMs asking me, "Oh, is the bear market? Is the bull market over? When is the bull market starting?" We literally been in a bull market. They're asking me, "When is the bull market starting?" Right? So this is for those people asking me all those questions. This is for the people that have just been in the state of mind recently, and this will give you more confidence, right? This will give you more confidence based on these certain indicators on why I strongly believe that Bitcoin and the rest of the market really hasn't topped out yet, right? Now, the recent top could be a local top. And when I say local top in my live streams or things like that, a local top is basically a top that we do come down from, but it doesn't last like 4 years and we go down even lower, right, into the bear market. A local top is a great example is in 2019, right, or even in 2021 when Bitcoin went up and then it went back up, right, and it was a double top. So that's what I mean by a local top, which it could last weeks or months, but it's not 4 years plus, and it's not it's not the start of the bear market type of. That's not what a local top is. So this will give you more confidence. And one of the biggest indicators here that makes me more confident than ever that Bitcoin hasn't topped out yet, which means the rest of the market hasn't topped out yet, is the Pi Cycle Top Indicator. This is a free indicator on TradingView, and I love it so much that I actually made it. I made a modified version of my own that will be coming out the end of this month with my course. But you can get this free on TradingView. It's just my modified version of this indicator. It's going to give you some extra things to go with it. Okay. But the Pi Cycle Indicator has predicted accurately the previous cycles, 2021, 2017, all the previous cycles. The Pi Cycle Indicator has been spot on. And basically how this indicator works is it's based off of two moving averages, and every time they contract and tighten up next to each other, that's usually signaling that the top is most likely in that time period, right? And it doesn't mean as soon as it starts to tighten out and get closer to each other, it doesn't mean the top is in, but it's going to be within that time period, within that, those weeks, those months. And we've seen from the last cycles, it's been spot on. Every single time it contracted, it's been the top. It's been the peak of the bull market. And if you look at the Pi Cycle Indicator right now with Bitcoin, it hasn't contracted yet, right? It's been getting closer and closer, which is why I believe the top will be in this year. But it hasn't contracted yet and tightened up like the previous years. So you can go look at that. It's a free indicator, and I'll in my course, I'm gonna explain how to use it. It's gonna be part of one of the things that I talk about deep in my course. So I explain about it, what it's all about, because it's a great indicator and it's been super accurate. So Pi Cycle, all right, you have the Pi Cycle, and another big factor too, guys, is the fact that people are calling for altcoin season and all these things, but they have to understand altcoin season is gonna happen when we have clear quantitative easing, right? And we're getting all the signs that we're going to get quantitative easing this year, especially with Trump pressuring Powell and the Fed to decrease rates. I mean, he just keeps saying he wants the rates to come down. So he's going to be urgent in that. And when we have the rates to come down and we have this quantitative easing, because we've been having quantitative tightening the last 3 years, basically, and that's why the market came down so heavy in the bear market, right? But now we're in transition. We're going to transition into quantitative easing, and that's really what makes an altcoin season go crazy. When we have all this money coming into the market, a lot of people are putting their money from savings or other low risk investments into risk on investments like crypto, Bitcoin, and all these altcoins. And that's really when we're going to have altcoin season, and it's going to be near, right? It's going to be this year, I believe, very so this year when we have quantitative easing. It's aligning perfectly because the next Fed meeting is in March, and most likely we'll get a cut in March. I do predict we'll get a interest rate cut in March because we're projected to get at least 2 interest rate cuts. Again, that can change, but the next one is in March, and most likely, especially with Trump behind all this and pressuring them, I do believe we'll get some type of interest rate cut. So we have that. And you also got to understand too that Bitcoin dominance is a big player in this. We never seen Bitcoin top out when Bitcoin dominance was in a strong uptrend like it's right now. We never seen Bitcoin. You can look back in time. Look at the Bitcoin dominance chart. I don't believe we've ever seen Bitcoin top out when it was in a strong uptrend. From what I've seen in the charts, I believe Bitcoin topped out when it was coming down, right? Which means that it was towards altcoin season, right? That when altcoins started outperforming Bitcoin. But when we were in a heavy uptrend, like where we've been in now in the last years on Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin's never topped out in a heavy uptrend like that. And even when it started, it's not like when Bitcoin dominance tops out, Bitcoin topped out. It's not like that, right? Bitcoin dominance can top out, and Bitcoin can keep going up. But what's going to happen is altcoins are going to outperform it. They're going to go up at a higher rate than Bitcoin is going up. But within that time period, with that downtrend, that's when I believe Bitcoin will top out. And obviously a lot of the altcoins in that time period, it could be weeks ahead, months ahead, will also top out from past experience. So Bitcoin dominance is another great indicator that makes me very well confident, right? Yeah, and again too, right, you have Trump signaling that he's gonna have tax-free crypto and maybe US based tax-free. And if that does happen this year, you want to take profits. Because I can bet you one thing, when Trump puts tax-free on US-based cryptos, something like that possibly happens this year, hopefully before we go parabolic. And it could also be the reason why we go parabolic. But if that happens and you're holding on, you better take profits. Because smart money is going to be taking profits on tax-free crypto after years and years of accumulation. They're going to take profits on tax-free crypto if Trump puts that into law. So you got to be thinking like smart money, and it's going to feel like it's going to keep going up. You're getting all these bullish things, tax-free, all these things, but you got to understand, since it's tax-free, that's your sign to take profits, right? That's your sign right there to take profits. So yeah, there's plenty more that I can talk about more, moving averages and all these things, and quantitative easing as a big one, like I said. But these are just some ones that came out the top of my head that made me want to record this video. And again, I'm gonna be talking about all these signals in my course coming out the end of this month, the 8 signals to sell the top. I go in depth on my 8 signals to sell the top basically, and it's a course focused on selling and taking the most profits from a top. And you can use this as like lifetime value that you can use for future bull markets. Okay, so stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much. Comment below what you guys think. Do you guys believe it is the top and we're going in the bear market, or do you guys think the same, that it's not the top and we're going much higher for Bitcoin? So comment below. Love you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.